Hello everybody, King Natty Reviews here, and today we'll be talking about weapons, or triggers weapons. These weapons, otherwise known as triggers, are one of the most entertaining aspects of the series, and there are so many triggers that transform border agents into deadly combatants. From their standard equipment triggers to their attacking triggers, gunner triggers, gun triggers, sniper triggers, defense triggers, optional triggers, and many more. The series goes very in-depth on its equipment, and it shows very well why these border agents that use them are so strong. In this video, I'll be going over specifically just the basic offensive triggers. These include the standard border attacking triggers, gunner triggers, gun triggers, and sniper triggers. I'll be breaking down what each offensive trigger weapon does, and also talk about its advantages and disadvantages, and why agents will favor one over another. If you end up enjoying the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to support me and these videos. Now, let's talk some triggers. Everybody get your fucking hands up. The first group of triggers we have are the attacking triggers. These triggers are used in close combat and are modeled after bladed weapons. It takes very little Tron to manifest the weapon, and the rest is used just on attack power, so this makes the Tron usage very low and the offensive power very high. The first attacker trigger we have in this group is the Kogetsu trigger, and it's a sword with no gimmicks. It has very high attack power and high durability. Overall, it's very well balanced and is the most commonly used attacking trigger. The next attacking trigger is the Scorpion trigger. It is a blade that can be drawn from any part of the body, and its shape can be altered freely. This feature leaves a lot of room for creativity, so users tend to be more tricky and crafty. The size can also be adjusted with try-on, and the longer it is, the more fragile it becomes. It has high attack power and is weightless, but it has very low durability, so it's easy to break. And finally, we have the Ray-Gus trigger, and it can also change its shape. It can become a small knife, and there's a shield mode that allows it to morph into a shield. It has low offensive power, but in exchange, it has higher durability. Despite being an attacker trigger, it is very defense oriented. So why would someone pick the Kogetsu trigger over the Scorpion and Ray-Gus trigger? The main reason is the durability. Of course, the attacking is very good, but so is the Scorpion. But the thing Kogetsu win over the Scorpion is that it not only has great attack, but great defense too. So when you're in a long drawn out fight, or someone has a big kind of attack coming your way, Kogetsu can pretty much block it without you having to worry. If you were using a Scorpion trigger, even if it gives you a lot of attacking options due to its ability to morph, if someone shoots a big enough attack at you, the Scorpion could break as you're trying to block it, and then you will be left open and you could be attacked. So a lot of Kogetsu users enjoy the fact that they can not only attack with high attack power, but also they can use Kogetsu's high durability to block big attacks and still be okay. So, why Scorpion trigger over the Kogetsu or Ray-Gus trigger? Well, even though the Scorpion trigger loses to Kogetsu trigger with defense, the attacking is very creative and free. Scorpion trigger is able to form in any part of your body. You can have Scorpion from your legs, your elbows, your head, anywhere you want, anywhere you wish, and you can change the shape as well. So a lot of Scorpion triggers are more confident that they can take out their opponent before they even need to start blocking, or they even need to start having their defense kind of pressed too hard. A lot of Scorpion users we see, like I said, take advantage of the fact that the weapon can form anywhere and use very creative ways to take out opponents, to the point where they don't put themselves in a situation that they have to block a lot or block heavy attacks, since they can just use their creativity to beat the opponent before they even reach that point. So a lot of Scorpion users are just very crafty, very tricky. They're like, yeah, Kogetsu gives you higher defense, but the offense I get with Scorpion matters more to me than the defense I get with Kogetsu. So that's what makes a lot of people choose Scorpion over Kogetsu. And the Ray-Gus trigger isn't really popular, but it does have its uses. When you're trying to bait somebody, or when you're trying to be the bait and kind of hold someone back, especially when you're not fighting like a humanoid person, you're fighting like a mid-sized, like 10-foot monster kind of thing, you could use the Ray-Gus to kind of hold back, because with the Ray Gus, you're less likely to lose than Scorpion or Kogetsu. Of course, you're less likely to win too, because you can't really attack well, but they won't kill you as easily. And then if you have shooters or snipers behind you, you can kind of stall for time, and then this shooters and snipers can handle the enemy before you fall. So when people are fighting very dangerous opponents that they're like, okay, I might not be able to beat them, let me stall for time, then the Ray Gus trigger is usually the better option there. So now that we got the attacker triggers out the way, let's move on to the gunner triggers. Compared to the attacker triggers, gunner triggers have lower firepower and greater consumption of Tryon, but they're both superior range. The triggers in this group revolves around Tryon bullets. There are many different types of gunners, but the main two are separated by the use of a firearm. Those that use firearms are called gunners, and those that don't use firearms are called shooters. The main difference between gunners and shooters is that gunners channel their Tryon bullets through specific firearms, whereas shooters make their own Tryon bullets and can manipulate them at will. Tryon bullets has three main components: a body, a cover, and a propellant. Those three components determine power, range, and speed of the bullets respectively. Shooters can modify these components at will for all of their Tryon bullets and gives them insane amount of versatility for their attacks. Gunners can't modify anything, but because of their firearm, they naturally have 20% more range and more accuracy over long distances. Gunners also have an extra layer of components to worry about using the firearm, which is rate of fire, weight of the firearm, and the number of bullets they can use before they need to reload. Now, let's get into these gunner triggers. The first main gunner trigger is the Asteroid. These bullets really have no special properties, but is the most powerful gunner trigger, which makes it very effective for concentrated fire. It can be used by both shooters and gunners. The next gunner trigger is the Hound. It's a trigger that shoots bullets that pursue the target automatically, even if the target is invisible. You can shuffle between a Tryon Seeker mode or a guided homing mode. Tryon Seeker mode makes the bullets home in on Tryon bodies naturally, and guided homing mode has the bullet get directed by the user's eyesight. This makes it far more precise. Only shooters can use this trigger because the high speed from firearms nullifies homing effects for gunners. The next gunner trigger is the Meteor. It's a trigger that fires bullets that explode upon impact. It is normally used to cause widespread damage. Shooters can also set its speed to 0 and employ it as traps. Gunners can use them as traps because they can't manipulate speeds like shooters can. The size of the explosion scales with the amount of Tryon expended, so the more Tryon used means the bigger the explosion. And the last gunner trigger is the Viper. It's a trigger that shoots bullets whose trajectory can be set before firing. These bullets are more complicated than Hound, and they are completely dependent on the preset trajectory of the user, so it makes it impossible to know where it will go beforehand. Really skilled shooters can make new trajectories before each shot of their bullets, making them very tricky to deal with. Gunners can use the triggers since the speed of the firearm nullifies fancy bullet paths. Now, why would someone use Asteroid over Meteor, Viper, and Hound? Well, Asteroid, like I said, has no gimmicks and is very powerful. So if you have a target you want to take out and the target really can run away from your attacks, you just use Asteroid, shoot, handle business. Don't need nothing fancy, and it's really powerful. So, and it's the strongest one. So it gets the job done the quickest. And if it's just an easy, they're right in front of you, use Asteroid, shoot, you're good. Now, why would someone use Hound over Asteroid, Meteor, or Viper? Like mentioned, Hound homes in. So if someone isn't like the fastest, but they're still pretty tricky, it's hard to aim, you can use Hound, and then the Hound will follow them and always applies pressure. They're gonna have to use shield or find other means to block your Hound. And also, Hound can seek on invisible opponents, which no other bullet can. So if you have invisible opponents just hiding around, you can just use Hound and then it'll just seek there, and it's a good way to just know and tell where invisible people are hiding. That's what makes Hound useful for people in that situation. Now, why would people pick Meteor over Asteroid, Hound, or Viper? Well, Meteor explodes, and due to it exploding, it's really good for widespread damage, and it can take out things that normally bullets won't be able to take out. So like if there's like hard metal, or if there's like a fort, like a giant wall, just especially environmental things. You can use a lot of meteor and take it out just due to the explosion. Especially when people are compact as well, you can use meteor explode. So meteor is really good for widespread damage, collateral damage, and just environmental damage. And of course, like I mentioned, when people are compacting groups, you can use meteor explode. Just think of just scenarios where explosions would be more useful. That's when people use meteor. And finally, Viper. Viper is the trickiest trigger out of these four. So when opponents are very tricky, like Hound, they can block Hound really well with like Shield. Asteroids, you can't really hit them. Meteor, they can block Meteor well. Viper has the most complex movement out of all four. So you can pre-program Viper to go in very fancy ways, and if you're smart and use it properly, you can really trick people into going where you want with Viper. You can aim at them, you can aim near them, you can aim at like a friend, then Juke can come back, aim at them. You choose. So Viper gives the most freedom when it comes to bullet movement, and super advanced shooters can use Viper on each individual bullet, making them very scary. If every single bullet is going like different directions and there's no way to know, then it's a problem. Because at least with Hound, you know they're aiming at you. No matter where you go, the bullets are always going to aim at you. Whereas with Viper, you're not sure. They could be aiming at you, somewhere else, around you, the floor, behind you. No way to tell. So those are the shooter triggers, and let's move on to the firearms. First firearm is the assault rifle. They are heavier than handguns and usually need two hands to wield, so they aren't really suitable for close combat. They have excellent rate of fire though, and aiming with them is very easy. Next is the grenade launcher. Grenade launchers have exceptionally long range among the gun triggers, and they're usually set to fire meteor bullets to get that explosive grenade effect. Handgun is a small and light gun with a lower rate of fire, so it's most effective at close range. And it's also easy to fire with one hand, so it's popular among all-arounders. Shotgun has a low rate of fire but compensates for it with having high firepower. It shoots relatively large bullets and is very dangerous close to mid-range. The angles of bullets can be adjusted a little bit and is usually wielded with both hands, but it can also be operated with one hand as well. Now, why would someone choose an assault rifle over a grenade launcher, handgun, or shotgun? Well, assault rifle's rate of fire is the fastest. So if you just need to gun someone down, you're like in mid-range, they're trying to run away, you can get your assault rifle and then you can shoot and aim. And the accuracy is pretty good. So it's really hard to get away with an assault rifle when they're just gunning you down with a whole bunch of bullets and they can aim well. Assault rifles are really deadly. Grenade launcher, why would someone use that over the other three? Well, grenade launcher's range is really good. It can shoot in a parabola effect, so you don't necessarily have to be facing your opponent. Let's say you know someone's camp is like here, but there's like maybe a wall or some like houses blocking it and you're here, then you can just use a grenade launcher, shoot it above, land at like their camp, and then attack them. So most use grenade launchers. Of course, the meteor effect is really good for just breaking things. So like bridges, houses, camps, stuff like that, you can just blow them up. But it's usually the range. When you know where someone is, with the other guns, you have to go to them like mid-range and then shoot. But with grenade launchers, you can shoot even from farther away. So there's a lot of scenarios where a grenade launcher will be better than the other three. Handgun is normally not used as the main weapon. It's usually used alongside of like Scorpion or Kogetsu because handgun provides range. So if you're using Kogetsu or Scorpion fighting someone, then they want to disengage and kind of like step back a bit. Normally, with just an attacking trigger, you have to chase them and keep attacking. But with a handgun, you can just pull it out and just start spraying. So most handguns are used just to pressure people that are trying to escape from close range to mid range. You can just grab the handgun, shoot. Of course, handguns aren't normally used to take out opponents. They're just used to just apply more pressure to opponents so they can do something else. And then shotgun, of course, has the highest firepower. So when you don't think the other three bullets can get the job done, let's say someone has an armor that is really strong, you're like, okay, maybe an assault rifle might not do it. Shotguns might do it. And especially before opponents that you think maybe you can only like shoot just a few times before you get caught, shotgun gives you that one shot, I can take you out kind of thing. So yeah, shotgun very dangerous, super high attack power, and if it hits, they're pretty much gone. So very useful when you want to take out the opponent very quickly. Next, let's move to the sniper triggers. Sniper triggers have the longest range and very high attack power. This range makes counterattacking impossible, but that also means they're vulnerable in close range and require cover. Large amounts of rounds is used just for one shot, so they're mostly used for surprise attacks and they can't rapid fire very well. Unlike gunner triggers, sniper triggers aren't based on round bullets, but they are the weapons themselves. Now let's get into the sniper triggers. There are 3 sniper triggers. The first is the Eaglet. It's an all-purpose rifle focusing on range. The higher the tron of the user, the more the range extends. It is also very fast and has good firepower. It is known to have no flaws and is pretty balanced, so it makes it very popular in ranked battles. The Ibis is a sniper trigger with the most firepower, but is also the slowest, so it makes it difficult to hit enemies. The higher the tron the user, the more powerful the bullet shot. It is very heavy and bulky, so it's hard to aim while carrying it. The Lightning possesses low power, but is the fastest of the 3 sniper triggers, and it also has a high degree of accuracy. It's also lightweight, so it can be shot while on the move. It's also capable of rapid fire, but not to the level of gunner triggers. This makes the trigger good at pressuring enemies from range with a lot of low powered bullets. The higher the tron of the user, the higher the bullet speed. So why would you pick the Eaglet over the Ibis or the Lightning? Is range. When you're at a range where the Ibis and Lightning might not do it, use the Eaglet. Eaglet focuses on range, and then you can hit the opponent from the farthest possible distance out of any sniper trigger. So Eaglet is usually used to hit people from as far as possible. Next is the Ibis. Why the Ibis over Lightning or Eaglet? Usually the people use the Ibis when they're fighting someone or they're in a situation where they pretty much only get one free shot. Like let's say someone has crazy amount of armor, you want to take out like a base or take out like a door, and you need as strong of a bullet as you can possibly get because range is not really a factor. You just need power. Then it's Ibis. Ibis, the more tron you have, the stronger you can get, and is the strongest sniper rifle. So if you just need power, Ibis is your go-to. And in situations like those where you know you have one shot, but that's it, Ibis is usually what they'll pick so they can get the job done. Lastly is Lightning. Lightning isn't the strongest, but it does have speed. So in situations where you have to attack multiple enemies while also on the move, Lightning is your best go-to, because if let's say there's like 5-6 enemies around and they're probably not gonna get you, you can just use Lightning and then just hit all of them before they can actually reach you. Whereas with Ibis, you only get one shot and it's hard to shoot while on the move. Whereas Lightning, you can shoot on the move and it is the fastest. So if you're fighting someone with like really good reaction time or someone you think that you need speed, like speed is the pick here, you use Lightning. The more tron, the faster it is. And yeah, Lightning is really good for just pressuring multiple people or pressuring one person with multiple shots. Lightning is also really good when your cover isn't very safe. As in, if they know you're there, you still want to keep shooting, Lightning is the go-to. Because with Eaglet and Ibis, it's still pretty hard to shoot while trying to move around. But with Lightning, as you run away, you can keep shooting. So it's really useful in situations like that. Now, with these main set of weapons for these different classes, you can probably get an idea on why Border's attacking force is extremely versatile and hard to deal with for many enemies. The best part of this is that this isn't even close to all the triggers the average top level Border agent uses in battle. There's so many more, but I'll save them for a later video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thank you very much. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.